Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
First down at 10 at their own 10-yard line. Tevin Coleman with some running room. Tevin Coleman down the sideline. Coleman, one man to beat. Tevin Coleman's going to go 90 yards, and Indiana takes the lead. Randall L. scrambles, started off the pitch, keeps it himself down the sidelines. He could go. Antoine Randall L. touchdown. Rory going to the single coverage, end zone. He hits Cooper again.
It's finally here. We finally made it. Episode 260. The 2025, hopefully into 2026 season preview of the first game, the opener against Old Dominion at home. We got another not full house. We got another all of us, because Brandon gave me a hard time about the full house last time. Speaking of Brandon's here, Seth's here, off camera now. What's up, everybody?
What is up? Yeah, college football's here. I say it every year. This seems like the longest off season. Every summer somehow gets longer. I don't know if that has to do with kids or work or life, but it seems like we're so far away from that cold night in South Bend. But instead, we're going to have a beautiful day in Bloomington.
Mm-hmm. We sure are. Seth is going. Seth.
Yeah, it's great. I get to start the weekend at Soldier Field and end it at Memorial Stadium.
Start it at Soldier Field. What do you mean?
Oh, Oasis is tomorrow night.
Oh,
not football.
Right.
So not football. It will be the best show that will be on Soldier Field all year.
All year. That's true.
Wow.
If they make it, there's still another day that they could just decide they don't want to be family anymore or whatever it was. So give it some time. Give it some time. Wait until they actually come on stage, and then
Ben
you can say
Johnson is a bust.
going there.
Show me a picture of Shane Steichen and
Why
show
is
me a picture
everyone
of
being
Ben
so mean to me
Johnson,
right now?
and it's the same picture.
Where?
Do you want to know why he's being? You want to know why he's being so mean? Because
the Steelers suck.
yeah,
5-12. Fire Mike Tomlin. Let's go.
I
got rid of it.
Let's go.
Just go. It's all right. Back on topic. We're here to talk college football and IU against Old Dominion. The Old Dominion Monarchs. Seth thought they were butterflies. They're not butterflies, Seth. They are royalty. The royalty of. Are they in Virginia?
Royals,
Virginia, right?
Yeah, Norfolk,
Nice.
Virginia.
Yeah, I read a lot about their campus. Didn't pick
did
up where they were at, but they were. It's a beautiful campus, from what I understand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like seaside, ocean.
I will wait to give all of the facts.
Okay.
I have all
All
the
right.
facts.
All right. We'll wait for that.
Can't wait.
There's not a whole lot to talk about here at the beginning. Well, this is kind of where we break down the meeting, the last time we saw blah, 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 all this stuff, but there's not a whole lot. There's first ever meeting. Last year, the Monarchs of Old Dominion went 2024. They were 5-7, finished 4th in the Sun Belt Conference East Division.
The mighty Sun Belt Conference.
Yes. Now,
do not let
the stacked Eastern Division.
No. The other division was stacked. The other division was very stacked because I was like, oh, that's good. That's good. 4-4 in conference. That's pretty good. And then I went and looked at the other side of the division. I think they would have finished like, if not 6th, they would have been 5th, and by 5th by a long shot, I think. I don't know who's in that side, but on the west side, but I think it's probably like Liberty. That's it. That's the only other people I can think of because JMU's on the east one, but doesn't matter. That's what they did last year. They start from scratch. Everybody's 0-0, and they will come to Bloomington on Saturday, August 30th for a 2:30 kickoff. From what I can tell, boys, this is the only 2:30 kickoff on Saturday, which is weird. It's weird that the 2:30 kickoff's weird in general, but a 2:30 kickoff.
So I had a graph. I was sending it around.
Yeah, saw it.
but I don't know where it is. I
And I
sent
think it was like 4 pages, right? Wasn't it like you had to flip or maybe, yeah. But I didn't get to the ones that were only on streaming. So maybe there's a streaming 2:30, but the only one national TV 2:30. That's all I'm going to say. That's on FS1 for those that aren't going to Memorial Stadium to pack the rock. The line as of this morning. Now, Brandon, you can tell me if it's changed. I know it has changed on ESPN, but we don't really go off of that. Opened at minus 23.5, dipped during the week, maybe early weekend, down to, did it get down to 21.5, Brandon? 22.5?
I know lowest I saw was 22.5.
Got down to 22.5. Brandon said,
I am no longer a gambler, so
ooh.
I don't know this. Yeah. I went into 2 kids with daycare, and it is just destroying me financially.
That's where you gamble what you have left.
Ooh, I don't know if that's the play. I don't know if that's the play.
Daycare. All right. So, yeah, it's still at 23.5. Over under 54.5. Seems a little low. And a new part of the segment, we're going to do the part that I hate probably the most, but I threw it in here. The ESPN matchup predictor has an 88.5% chance for IU. Those that are math deficient.
Oh, that does seem low.
Those that are math deficient, that is an 11.5% chance of victory for the Monarchs. So, as I said, series notes 0-0-0, largest margin of victory has never happened. I'd say whoever wins the game on Saturday will then own the record for largest margin of victory. So this is where we break down the opponent. This is where we go through their previous games on schedule. There are no previous games. This is their first game of the season. They start at Indiana. Do we have any reason to go through their schedule? We can just know
0
from Seth,
no
from Brandon. Moving on. So what basically they play? What? Go ahead. You said no. You shook your head.
Oh, yeah. The Eastern Division, though, is App State, Coastal Carolina, James Madison, Old Dominion, and Marshall. So it's definitely the stacked of the 2 divisions.
What's the other one? What's the West?
Arkansas State, Louisiana, Monroe, Louisiana Lafayette, South Alabama, Southern Miss, Texas State, Troy.
Good.
Right. Troy.
Good. Right?
Troy was a wagon. Troy won me so much money last year.
Troy's nice. Liberty's not in the Sun Belt anymore, huh?
No.
They're in
Conference USA,
maybe?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into, for those of you joining us for the first time on a traditional preview pod, what we do is we kind of go through their current national rankings on some important offensive sides. We'll break down the offense. Then we'll do the same thing on defense, and then we'll kind of give some overall of what we think is going to go on with the team. And then, we do all the fun stuff. Oh, no, I did put it in there. Just kidding. Then we'll do all the fun stuff. We'll talk about IU players to watch. We'll go around the Big Ten. Usually we save this for the end, but I thought I'd throw it in here. We can move it if you guys want. We'll go around the Big Ten. We'll pick games if you want. But at least we'll talk about who's playing, when they're playing, who they're playing. And then we'll do our game predictions. Maybe we should save that one for the end.
Definitely should save that.
Which it is for the end. That one is for the end. So let's get right to it. On offense, that's interesting. That's all I'm going to say. Total offense last season, they finished 54th. Scoring offense, 69th. Nice. Rushing offense, 14th. 210 yards per game running the ball. And passing offense, 103rd. So you would think one's got a lot of room to maybe step back. The other one has a lot of room to improve, right? That's what you would think. No, that's not how it's probably going to go. They are also one of the best, or were one of the best red scoring offenses in the country. They scored 95% of the time.
I feel like rush teams normally are. It's just a higher percentage play. So if you're good at running, you're probably going to be better in the red zone. So it's a
I believe
correlative statistic.
Yeah, I believe IU was right around 95% last season too. I think they were 93 and 95, somewhere in there, towards the top. Yeah. All right. So I wrote run, and it's going to be led by, weird enough, their quarterback, Brandon, the leading rusher on the team, returning at least. Quarterback Colton Joseph, he is a red shirt sophomore. Nice little playmaker back there, can throw the ball a little bit, has maybe not the biggest arm, but completion percentage around 60%. Their running back room. Do you have anything you want to talk about Colton Joseph before we move on? Either one of you guys? I think he's going to be the highlight guy on the offense. So if we want to spend any time on Colton Joseph.
I've said this throughout our preview pods. With a Tom Allen defense, a dude like this would scare the bejesus out of me. Mm-hmm. When you have side-to-sideline linebackers like Hardy and Fisher, and when you have a secondary that can tackle, this doesn't put the fear of God in me like it did when a certain TA was in Bloomington.
So this has the and man, I can't think of what it's called, but whatever Tom Allen used to call, right, the husky position. So like this is that kind of game. So the Devin Boykin, the transfer from North Carolina State, who I guess you could pencil in at that position. Maybe you see some of freshman Stewart come in there and play a little bit, but I think that's going to be a really important position because as you'll see here shortly, there's not a whole lot of stuff, at least that you've seen previous production around him. So you think running team, you want to think they got a solid group of backs. When you play in the Sun Belt, there's a chance you're going to lose the good players, and that's kind of what happens. So,
but I think the offensive philosophy probably
it's going to stick
same,
around.
Right?
It sticks around, same coaching staff.
Still want to do the same thing.
Yeah, and so they do have a couple returning players. They lose Aaron Young, who, if you go look at his, he was a leading rusher last year. I think he had around 800 yards. If you go look at his stat breakdown, I don't think I've seen that amount of years broken out for a stat ever. Like I put super senior on there, but I think he's like a super duper senior. And then they lose Bryce Duke to Utah. Bryce Duke was the second leading rusher. He averaged, I believe, a smidge over 6 yards per carry last season. They do bring back another guy in Devin Roche, who did average over 6 yards per carry last season, but in a very limited role. I believe he was around 5th or 6th total running yards on the team. And then they bring in transfer back Travion Hargrove. I believe he's from Grambling to help with the running backs as well. Roche finished 5th in total running. He finished behind Brandon, backup quarterback.
Wow.
Yeah. So
maybe
we see 2 quarterbacks on Saturday too. I don't know, but I don't think so. Colton Joseph is the man. Anything on the backs before we move on? You guys
real quick. You
Roche?
said the name Aaron Young, correct?
Correct. Oh, no.
What Big East team was Aaron Young really good for in the early 2000s? Aaron Young was Pitt. Pitt. All Big East center.
He was a center?
He was.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
like real tall, like 7'2". Yeah, anyway.
Oh, my God. All right. So moving on to the wide receiver room. I forgot to leave the joke in there. Like I actually just put like the visual joke in for us to look at the outline, but I had insert John Travolta looking around gif because there is nobody left from last season.
And they don't have everybody that they throwing the ball, to be honest.
No, none. Right. So they do have sophomore Naheem Abdul Rahim Gladding coming back. He had 2 catches last season. He's the top returning wide receiver for the team. They bring in a bunch of JUCO guys. They did get the leading receiver in junior college last season. Titus Myers is his name. And then they've got a Tulane transfer, again, a guy with 0 production in college, who I believe I looked at our lads for this. They have him starting opposite of Abdul Rahim Gladding. Tight end room, again, not great. They did get a Florida transfer. He's a redshirt freshman, Dawson Johnson. That's a hard one to say. They've got a couple other guys there, but it's a ton of turnover in that room. Anything you guys want to say wide receiver wise? Seth says no. Brandon says no. O-line. It's not bad, but it's not good. They do have two pretty good studs, I guess you could say, on the left and the right tackle position. The interior, a lot of new guys. Wasn't good last year. I think that's going to be the big weak point there. So keep that in mind when we do get to IU players to watch. We've got players to watch. Who you guys, when you think of like who you're going to watch, right? I think there's only two names on this team, right? It's Colton Joseph. As I said, he's a 6'2" redshirt sophomore, 60% completion last year, 11 touchdowns, 5 picks. He had 650 yards rushing and 11 touchdowns on the ground. And he is a Peyton, or not, I don't know if it's a Peyton Manning, but a Manning Award watch list for 2025 preseason. And then the running back, Devin Roche. So he's little, dude. 5'7", 172. No offense to the 5'7" people listening, but 5'7", 172, redshirt sophomore. He's quick. I couldn't find any highlights of him on YouTube at Old Dominion, but saw some of his high school stuff. And he was the guy that was like, this guy's good. Just put him at quarterback and let him do whatever he wants. Like that's basically what his entire highlight package was. Didn't throw the ball, ran everywhere, looks quick. I think he's going to be pretty decent. So we'll see what happens. Do you guys got anybody else we should be looking out for on this team? Anybody that maybe you're a little bit scared of outside of those two, or do you guys want to talk anything else offensive side of it?
No, I mean, I think they want to shorten this game, right? I think they want to make sure they put themselves in easily convertible situations. I think they're going to play ultra conservative, and they're going to try to win with the horses they have with the Joseph and Roche.
Yeah. I mean, that's the game, right? Total read option, the whole game, maybe a little bit of RPO mixed in. I think a lot of it RPO probably. I think you see something kind of a mix between somebody you would assume would run nothing but run plays mixed with a little bit of Western Kentucky quick passing. Like, I think that's what you're going to see. Now, here's the problem for them, and we are returning the majority of the production on defense. They're going up against the number one rushing defense in the country from 2024. So kind of strength against strength there. And then you just look at overall talent value. You would give an advantage to IU, I think, pretty much across the board. I think
Sig would rather die than lose to a Sun Belt team.
Okay, yeah. Could you imagine, all that, the crap, the JMU people. Oh, my goodness.
And don't think he doesn't know that.
He knows.
He's very aware.
If it's available, he will run this score up,
yes.
I would assume.
Yes. Yes.
And to help us with that would be what I wrote as a bad defense. Now, there are some people to talk about on this side of the ball. Let me run through the rankings real quick of last season. 102nd overall, 87th scoring defense, 101st against the pass, 97th against the rush. Now, they were missing one incredible player. Like this kid, I've never heard of this guy, but he is a stud, right? Their linebackers are NFL talent. At least one of them is. One of them, Brandon, you're more about the draft and day 1, day 2, day 3. He's a possible day 1 pick. His name's Jordan Henderson, 2023 first team All-American, not first team Sun Belt, honorable mention All-American, whatever. First team All-American, 2022 second team. There were multiple quotes all over the place. Quote, might be the best linebacker in the country. He's coming off a season-ending knee injury, so they're hoping that he can come back to full health. I'm going to say something real quick, and I know you guys have already looked at this outline, but we'll see Seth's face if he hasn't looked at it. Over 3 seasons, Seth, 438 tackles. That's 146 tackles this season.
I mean, think Micah McFadden. That's who this guy is.
Yeah, this is Micah McFadden, like in a half. like McFadden was amazing. One of my favorite IU players of all time. Aiden Fisher is like almost a carbon copy version of that, right? This guy, I can't wait to watch him. Like, I can't wait to, if he's out there on Saturday, which everything seems to point towards that. I can't wait to watch him. He's gonna be super annoying, but
his draft profile is all over the place. I like to use NFL Draft Buzz. I think they probably do the best. They have him as an undrafted free agent, and it's strictly because he's slow. His 40 time is 4.7. Which is in like the 35th percentile for linebackers.
Coming off a knee injury too.
Yeah, so it right now has him because how many players get drafted? Trying to do math. 32 times 7 is like 200 with comp pick, say 250. Just say 250. Yeah, they have him as the 317th player right now. That's just what Draft Buzz has him going into the year. So fringe 7th round could play to it. It's just because, he needs to up that 40 time. He needs to combine well is what likely.
Seth, did you do some Jason Henderson research?
Yeah, I did. I did the same thing. NFL Draft Buzz had him at a 75 out of 100. ESPN had him as 74. His rivals had him at a 5.2.
Yep.
And then 24/7 had his highest grade at 84, which I think is closer to that day 2, early day 3 range.
The dude's a stud. Like if you just
he's a tackling machine. Yeah.
Yeah. If you just look at him, you're going to get 10 tackles from him a game. Easy.
And in a transfer portal era, he probably could have. So good for him. You like to see guys like this. You're rooting for guys like that.
If he doesn't get hurt, I think last season, there's no chance he's at ODU. No chance. He's driving a Lambo. He's playing in the Big Ten or the SEC with a major college team, and it's not even close. I mean, just go look this guy up. Watch some YouTube comps if you want. The guy's a tackling machine. The only other guy that really popped out, Brandon, and maybe you or Seth could give me some other people, but defensive end Chris Trinidad, 5 sacks last season, 2 forced fumbled. Not a ton of production on that side of it, right? But he's coming off the DN. A lot of tackles off the DN position for him. Do you guys have anybody else or any more Chris Trinidad stuff you guys want to talk about there? But he's really the only other guy that stood out. You could talk secondary if you want. There's a Purdue guy that transferred over that we've already made that joke before. There's another high conference player that transferred in 2 in the secondary. That's it.
I don't have anything on individual players, but what do you guys think of S&P Plus? I know you hate analytics.
I hate it. I don't hate analytics. I hate that it's always anti-IU and it's ridiculous.
Okay, so let me start with I'll get to S&P Plus, but we heard all the time during the 1 year. Remember when you and I thought IU was going to be really good, and then a lot of people were like, they don't return anyone, so they're not going to be good. Yeah. Well, so they're returning 42 or 49% of their production, okay, which ranks 89th in college football.
When you say you're talking strictly their defense?
No. Entire team.
Okay.
Defense returns 54%, and I don't think that's a good thing. That over half their defense production is returning, which is not wonderful.
No. Now I wonder, and I hate to play this part of it, just good podcasting, I guess, but I wonder if they were to factor in maybe a 2023 Jason Henderson stat, how that looks after that. I mean, now granted, his fill-in had somewhere around 90 tackles, so it wasn't like he was a terrible fill-in behind him. And he's got a I don't mean to be off kilter or anything here, but like a Hawaiian or Samoan type of a name. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but a good fill-in and a guy I believe that's going to start next to Henderson. But yeah, I agree with you. The more production you return from the 102nd ranked defense,
Not good.
Not good, Bob. Not good.
No. So it's a little more thin, a little more of your much hated, much ballyhooed S&P Plus information. They have S&P Plus going into the season, has them as the 103rd ranked team. Not good. As far as S&P Plus average wins, they have them going with 4.8 wins.
Ooh, I think they're 5.5. 5.5, I think, on DraftKings, I think.
And the bad thing is they think their defense is going to be quite bad again. The 114th defense.
Is that bad? Sounds good.
136.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's dead last, isn't it? Or close to it?
S&P Plus does not think highly of the Sun Belt this year. There is one team in the top 50. Can you guess? JMU. Who do you think is next? 25 spots lower. James Madison.
App State.
App State, they think is bad. They think App State is going to go 6-6.
I normally say Coastal, but yeah.
Troy.
No, they do. Troy is their S&P Plus thinks Troy is going to be 4th. It is the Raging Cajuns. Raging Cajuns at 8-4.
Lafayette.
8-4.
Okay.
They have James Madison going 9-3 this year.
What are they called there? They're not called UL Lafayette anymore, are they?
It's just Lafayette.
Louisiana.
Sorry, Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yeah,
that's right. Okay.
Over half the conference is in triple digits. So.
Jeez.
Two things real quick is the backup linebacker you mentioned is Natola. He and his brother Seth and Koa are both kind of the backup linebackers, and then the Purdue transfer is Batros Alessandro.
Any good?
Corner, right? He's
super athletic. Never really put it together. He did
never
play in
played.
No, he played.
Right?
He played several times. He played in the Oaken Bucket. I think he had 3 tackles, 2 assists. So
gotcha.
Yeah, he got on the field. Just was not a. Never really put it together as a.
He scored 66 points in that game. So.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Let's get off of this. Are we done with ODU? Like basically what we're saying is that we got 2 pretty good players on offense from what we understand. One really good standout on offense, and then maybe a pretty good running back, and then one absolute monster on defense, and then some pieces around him. So let's go IU players to watch. I always pick a few because I let you guys go first. IU players to watch. You guys, one of you two fight over whoever's going to start. Let's go offense, defense. Just knock them out same time. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. I'll do this. Get out of the way. I did a 90s rap theme on this one. So
this is interesting.
First one is Tupac, All Eyes on Me. So this is the guy, prize transfer portal, face Mendoza. The franchise, take the reins, young man. Yes, it is absolutely Mendoza. He needs to absolutely come out there, shine, young man.
For those that haven't seen it, the CBS Sports Today mock draft number 1 overall pick, Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, I think you couldn't be more wrong. And I'm not saying this as a bit. I think I think this is going to be close to a preseason game, guys. I think if Mendoza throws the ball more than a dozen times, I think you will be shocked. This team, as we mentioned, is not good at rush defense. And I think you see 5 running backs touch the ball. 5 running backs touch the ball. So I have the running backs. I'm thinking this IU probably runs for 250 in this game. Probably looking at 5 rushing touchdowns, 5-6 rushing touchdowns. So that means Mendoza's maybe getting 1 passing touchdown. If you remember last year in the first game, they kept it so vanilla. Like if you go back to the first game, it was simple passing concepts, simple rushing concepts. I think you see that exact same thing out of here, which means a lot of Mendoza taking 2 steps and turning one way or the other, and then the backup quarterback taking 2 steps and turning one way or the other. So for me, it is the running backs who I think get off to a wonderful start.
So
that leaves you with not much.
No, well, I was gonna go. I had I disagree with you on the Mendoza part of it. So, and I'll explain why. So last season, if you go back and look at the schedule, it was FIU, and then it was Western Illinois Colonials, and then it was the UCLA. So the UCLA game, right? That was the big one, right? That was the one we're going to the Rose Bowl. So you didn't see much. I 100% agree with you, Brandon. You didn't see much against FIU. You saw very vanilla offense. Now, the next game, granted, they were an awful team. Everybody went off, right? Rourke put almost 300 on it. Surratt over 125. I think, for the exact reason you already pointed out, I think they go at it. Now, they stick basic plays. You're not going full playbook on this, but you're going, and I think that there's going to be bad tackling. And so that's the reason I think he's going to get his yardage and his touchdowns, and he's going to throw to Surratt. So I'll go with Surratt because I had Black Himby as my main choice, but I'll go Surratt. I'll go Surratt as my IU player to watch it because I think he's going to have what did you guys say last pod about him and Fisher? Seth kind of said it, I think.
Oh, stat chasers.
So they're going to go off in this non-conference. Now, Indiana State, if they play more than 2 quarters, I might run onto the field and riot because that's going to be a disaster. I think we blow through these first 2 teams and beat them down before we take anybody out. Indiana State will be put away by halftime. Doesn't matter. But I agree, and I kind of disagree. Just doing what I'm supposed to do.
That's good podcast.
Defense. It is. Defense, Seth.
Seth, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Big Papa by the Notorious B.I.G. You alluded to this, I think, in the offensive breakdown. No, I went the opposite. I went interior defensive lineman.
No, that was mine that nobody was going to take.
They want to run. We've established this. That's the only thing they know how to do. And so the obvious answer is Fisher because he's going to rack up all the stats. He's going to be getting tons of tackles, but it's really the idea that Landino, Wheeler, Daly, Tucker are eating up blocks so that Fisher can hit them at the line of scrimmage or in the backfield rather than 3 yards deep. So it's really going to be incumbent upon those defensive linemen getting penetration, taking up blockers, and allowing Fisher and the rest of the linebackers and safeties to scrape, fill, and do all those things from a run stuffing perspective they need to do to really limit ODU and send them into 3rd and longs and punting situations.
Yeah, so that was mine, the interior defensive line. But I always, just because we've done this for a bazillion seasons now, you always have a second and then usually a third. So mine is Hardy. Kid, you're getting a starting helmet. How are you handling? Are you going to have gap patrol? Because, Bragg, you said it great. Like, that running back is shifty. They're going to try to run some misdirection. How does Hardy in his first ever Big Ten – well, it's not true. He started for Jalen Walker last year. So this isn't his first ever start. But, again, a lot of pressure coming into the season.
It's his job. It's his job for the first time.
Right.
That's his
job. How is he going to handle that in a little bit of tricky run concepts with their 2 best players? So I'm going to be all eyes on Hardy since Seth will be watching the Hog Mollies at the line.
I gave mine away a little bit earlier. I'm going to go with Boynton, who we assume is going to start at that Husky. What do they call it, dude? I wish I knew what they called it. But like the nickelback Husky position, right? So the guy that's going to be out there. Oh God, don't do this. We already did. We did Stain 2 years ago. Don't do Nickelback this year. But I like him. I like to. The other, I guess, you could throw out there would be to see some of the freshmen. So to see Ciante Stewart, to see Baldwin.
I'm looking to see. I'm looking at the linebackers. I'm looking at Caden Turner. I'm looking at Isaiah Jones. Can they be
the backup linebackers?
Can they be legitimate Big Ten caliber running backs? Because at times Caden Turner did, at times Isaiah Jones did, and at times they were absolute liabilities. So how did they take as far as a leap into their junior years, or redshirt sophomore junior years? I'm curious to see that. And it's mainly is, I think, going to be the backups. right? Up and down the defense, but Hardy and then the backup linebackers.
Yeah. So the one guy, as soon as you did that, I went to the roster to be like, okay, if they get past Caden Turner, if like they start rotating past him, would be a guy that you've heard a lot about recently, I feel like, is Quentin Clark, the redshirt freshman
linebacker. He's playing DN, boss. You're looking at the wrong.
Well, I mean, whatever, but he's coming out there.
Position change, which makes it interesting. Makes it change. He's
because he's not a lot of depth there at the defensive end position
or linebacker.
Yeah,
we said all off season we thought they would add in the portal a linebacker, and they never did.
Well, they kind of not linebacker. They did get in there. You know what's funny is we haven't really talked that position opposite of Kamara, so I'm interested.
Yep.
To see who you guys think goes there. Now, if I were to go, let me just pull it up. I already have it pulled up. So if I go to our lads, they've got the is it Kent State transfer or Akron transfer, Stephen Daly, starting opposite of Kamara. But do you think he's there, or do you think Landino gets? Oh, well, Landino's been moved in, or do you think that they go to the Maryland transfer, or does DePepe get some run?
In these games, I think the true freshman Abram, the very highly ranked kid from St. Louis, I think he gets some major
Tristan Abram
out of St. Louis. Right. Yeah, I think he gets run in these first early games.
Yeah, I think that looking at these freshmen, redshirt freshmen, Deontay Stewart is I've been talking about. It's been the second year in a row now. I've been talking about. Didn't see much about with him last year. And I do think he's going to be a stud. Baldwin was named to the watch list for freshman of the season.
Yep.
National freshman of the season. I believe it was today or yesterday. So that's, I mean, maybe we see more of him than what you do. We've talked about that. I don't want to bore everybody with what's going on with the Lewis Moore situation, but if you don't know, he's still fighting for eligibility. The starting safety, one of the starting safeties, is fighting for eligibility. He got it through the first two games, has to go back and do another hearing, I guess you would say, in 2 weeks. But if he doesn't play after that, it's Baldwin behind him. I mean, It's Baldwin or Bonds. And honestly, if Brandon had to pick, it would be Baldwin.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the other one.
But he played well last season.
He did.
Bonds played real well last season. All right, so we're done there. Let's go around the Big Ten.
I love this. I had so much fun.
Me too. Let's see if we can do this quick enough, but still give a little bit of insight on the game, because there's one game that I think we're all going to disagree on, I think we're all going to disagree on it, because I probably have one different than you guys. We'll see. First game, Thursday. Thursday, as in the day that this podcast gets released. It starts at 5:30, Seth. So for you, Brandon, who works down, do you still go downtown?
No, I moved to Park 100.
Ooh, but it doesn't matter. It's still far away. So if you get off at 5 o'clock,
I get home at 6.
Not a shot. You get home before that.
I get home at 6 every day.
But if you're a responsible man or human being, you have that streaming on your phone, set up somewhere that's safe. Be safe. Watch the road. But while you're stuck in that 465 traffic, you're catching the few plays of Boise State for some reason going to South Florida. So that's going to kick it off. After that, though, we have Ohio at Rutgers. -15 Rutgers. What do you guys got? You got spread, you got money line. Where are we going with this?
I'll start with this one. Ohio's good every year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're good every year. They're playing on a Maction night.
Yes, true.
Rutgers is going to be Greg Schiano 6-6. That was my prediction when we did it last week. I think they win, but if I had to take, I'm taking the max. I'm taking 15 points from Ohio.
Me too.
Me too. And maybe a backdoor cover, maybe a sloppy game. I don't think there's any doubt Rutgers wins, but more than 2 scores is more than I'd be willing to lay.
That's a clean sweep.
Yeah, that's a spread cover for me. I do think Rutgers wins the game, but I think they just barely, Jim. Just barely get that one over the line. Here's one that I almost made green. And if you guys are looking at the outline, you know what I'm talking about. Almost made it green. Believe too much in the home team, I think, for some reason. But we've got Buffalo, another tough MAC team, going to Minnesota. Minnesota, 17.5-point favorites. That's a fat line against what's traditionally been a pretty good MAC team.
Yeah, I think Minnesota is gonna be pretty good this year. I think I had them at 8-4, if I remember. I don't like the hook, so I took I took the cop out at the don't touch because I think it's a I took a don't touch. It's a brilliant line. If I had to pick gun to head, Minnesota.
You said one of my favorite gambling terms that you really only hear in football.
Gun to head.
And I think that's no.
That's how I feel with football gambling sometimes.
I think that's where this one comes in. I think you get a backdoor cover from Buffalo late. A backdoor cover late from Buffalo. 17.5 seems fat for me. Minnesota's going to want to control the ball. They're not going to throw the ball over the place. I think it's a lower-ish scoring game. I think Buffalo pulls it off. Covers, at least.
Minnesota.
What do you got? Okay. Nebraska, -6.5 at Cincinnati, but not really. It's in Kansas City. It's going to be a lot of red. What do you got?
So I'm going to keep this very simple. You got Sorsby, you got Matt Rule. Everyone's blowing Raiola, and I guess there's a rule for Matt Rule where year 3, his team's peak. I think there's no way that happens again. Give me moneyline Cincy.
Ooh.
You have balls I wish I had.
Yeah.
I took Nebraska moneyline.
I got Nebraska to cover.
Ugh.
That's only a touchdown. I think maybe they win. It's going to be a good game, I think.
It's going to be a great game. This is probably the only game I watch on Thursday.
I think I watched the next one. I think the next team is going to struggle, but I got them to win it. But I got Miami of Ohio at Wisconsin. It's a 9 p.m. kick, I think. It's after the Ohio-Rutgers game. What do you guys do here? -17.5 for Wisconsin against
Miami, Ohio is not Ohio. They aren't very good, I don't think. So yeah, I think Wisconsin just has too much for them, especially at home. That place is going to be rocking. It's Labor Day weekend. The students are going to be going crazy. There's a huge home field advantage at Wisconsin. I think this game is ugly. I think this is probably 23-0, 27-3, 27-6, something just unwatchable football. And I'll take Wisconsin.
I'll take 23-7. Give me Wisconsin on the money line. I think a little bit different than you. I think that they're coming off of what is a very disappointing season. I don't think there's a ton of momentum behind the program right now. We've got one Wisconsin guy in our group chat. He's not super hyped about this game.
Yeah, but he's more of a lacrosse guy.
He is, but he does pay attention to Wisconsin football, unfortunately. I think Miami sneaks up on him early, but Wisconsin wins it. I think they win it by more than 17.5, but I'm too much of a wuss to go with the spread. So I'll just take Wisconsin money line on this one.
Everything Brandon said.
Okay. You're allowed to talk in this podcast if you knew that.
I'm not saying a word. I'm letting Seth talk this next game.
Yeah, please.
Oh no.
Oh goodness.
No.
Let your boy talk on this one. I think this one might be one of the better MAC versus Big Ten games. You got Western Michigan going to East Lansing, making a quick trip over.
Those campuses are so close. This is a rivalry
close
game.
Enough. It is technically. It's going to be a terrible color game to watch. You got brown and green. I got Michigan State not covering the 20.5. I got them on the money line. I think they struggle with a halfway decent Western Michigan program. I'm going Michigan State, but I don't feel super confident in that. I think if there is there's one coming up on Saturday. I think if there is an upset in the first 2 days of games, MAC versus Big Ten, or any lower level conference versus Big Ten, it might be this one.
Go ahead, Seth.
Yeah, I have Michigan State. I think this is a disgusting football game that is unwatchable except for the 60 miles between these two schools. I hope Western Michigan wins outright, but I just think that Michigan State has one game where they kind of put it together and figure something out. And I think they win pretty handily, but it's not good.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, for me, it just comes down to I don't think Jonathan Smith's a very good coach, and bad coach teams are rusty early. That's just the way it is, right? I think Michigan State wins this game handily, but I think it's something like 28-17, 31-20, something where it's like, oh, well, Michigan State was always going to win, but like they should have won by way more than how they did. Give me 20.5. I love the hook in this one because I think it's a little bit of insurance. Give me Western Michigan to cover.
Okay, I like that. Speaking of cover, Western Illinois, the Colonials, Brandon's favorite team,
Leathernecks,
travel to number 12, Illinois, who's getting 45.5 points. Guys, I took the spread because that's the only way you're betting on this game because there's no chance you're going money line. Guys, we beat Western Illinois 77-3 last season. I think they can do something like that.
We want Illinois. Every Indiana fan should be rooting for 77-3. We want Illinois to be as talked about, as hyped as they could be. We're rooting for 77-3. Give me the 45.5 points.
Yeah, I think this is a 50-point win pretty easily.
Okay. Here comes the fight. Everybody buckle up for this one. Big noon, game day. No Portnoy allowed in the stadium. Don't know if that was, you guys heard that or not.
Oh, of course.
Number 1, Texas. This is where the NCAA screwed this up. As much as I hate Ohio State, it should be number 1 versus number 2. But number 1 Texas at number 3 Ohio State. Ohio State getting 1.5. That should tell you enough. Give me the horns.
Yeah, horns all day. There'll be a hangover because Ryan Day is not the greatest coach.
He's not a coach. He's a robot. Seth, you're taking Ohio State.
Of course.
Why?
Because they're at home early. It's just, I don't want it. I don't feel good about it.
Seth,
I would never
or Ryan Day?
Ryan Day.
Oh,
I knew you'd say that, and that
the guy can't coach. He can't coach a Sarkisian. If he wasn't a head coach, what is he going to do? What is Sarkisian going to do?
Sell cars?
No. He's going to go play offense. He's going to do offensive coordinator. If Ryan Day can't be a head coach,
he's unemployed.
He's unemployed, and he's not going to go to
working
for
for
some he'd have to recruit.
Venture capital, just figurehead. Yeah, because he's booty cheeks.
He would have to actually recruit players, which he doesn't have to do there. Which is why everybody thinks he's a good coach, because he gets Marvin Harrison's kid, stuff like that, and it makes it really easy on him, right? And the guy, honestly, I saw a picture of Sayin, is that his name? For the first time today, I'm out on him. They may win 3 games with him as a starting quarterback, just based off the one picture I saw of him. Moving on. FAU at Maryland. This one was tough for me, boys. Maryland favorite by 14.5. I got Maryland squeaking it out.
Yeah, I got Maryland
like an
squeaking.
Akron at IU 2 years ago, squeaking it out.
Yeah. I had this as don't touch, honestly, because we don't know anything about this Maryland game or Maryland team, and we don't know anything about FAU. Anything double digit seems like too much for Maryland. But I can't bet FAU. So don't do this. Don't even watch this.
Yes, do not watch this game. Seth, before you talk, I wanted to say this earlier. I didn't come up with the don't touch yellow until I got to Nevada Penn State, because I didn't want to take either the money line, or obvious reasons, or the spread. So I would have put don't touch on this had I gotten there, but yeah, Maryland's squeaking it. What do you got?
I have Maryland squeaking it out as well. I also am still offended about your Steve Sarkisian comments here.
Oh my God.
And I just looked him up real quick because I'm like, oh, surely he must have like 3 or 4 national championships based on the way that you just slobbed on his knob, like corn on the cob. But his overall head coaching record is 84-52, despite the absolute number 1, number 2 influx of cash to his program. So again, in case I miss something, his time at USC, his time at Washington, and his time at Texas, somehow still only a .618 win percentage. So Ryan Day is a national championship.
I don't have, on accident. I don't have time to sit here and go through.
No, we don't.
Who's
Purdue's barely going to cover against Ball State. All right, there we go.
Yeah, I've got Purdue money line. Yeah, that's it. Ball State at Purdue. Purdue favored by 17.5 for some reason.
I saw Purdue is selling tickets. I saw a commercial because I'm still a boomer and have cable, that tickets are as low as $9. You can get tickets.
They're lower.
No, but this was like Purdue was selling this. Like this is a Purdue ad. Ball State 17.5.
Seth, what was it? For some reason, our Wisconsin guy brought it up in this group chat. Was it $3?
I think
get in the stadium.
That, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Northwestern at Tulane, the only Big Ten team not favored in their game. Tulane favorite by 4.5. I got the spread. Give me the Green Wave.
Always Green Wave. Second favorite team.
Green Wave.
Yeah. Or what are you doing? Are you money line or spread?
Spread. Take it.
Okay. There's my first do not touch. Nevada at Penn State. Nevada not good. Penn State good. Number 2 good. They're favorite by 44. I think 44 is a lot of points. You're obviously not going money line here because you're not winning anything. I'm not touching it. But Penn State rolls, obviously.
Yeah, I think this is your classic 50-3.
Yeah. Seth?
You
got to say something.
I'll take Nevada. I don't think Penn State runs up the score. I think it's long, methodical drives.
Franklin with the honorable play.
Just so you know, Seth, Nevada's win total 3.5.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, maybe 2.5. Might be overselling that one. This seems low to me, but we don't know much about this home team. Montana State at number 7, Oregon. Oregon only getting 29.5. I got Oregon to cover.
Oh, it's a lock out of the slate. Like, if you're going to bet anything, if you're going to listen to me for one time, you take Oregon to win by 30.
It is, but Montana State has been really, really good amongst the 1AA ranks lately. But of course, you have to take Oregon at 29.5. That should be found money.
This is the next one that's dumb. This is the dumbest.
So I might surprise some people on the next one. UAlbany, that's University of Albany. There's no college called UAlbany, but University of Albany at Iowa. Iowa getting 38.5. I want to see you guys go. You guys go.
They're not going to score that many points. They're going to win 27-0.
Okay.
I wish I could
4-0.
I wish I could take an over under on pass attempts for Iowa because it should be at like 3.5.
That's because he's not going to be able to like field the snap based off of videos that we've seen. I've got Albany to cover 38.5. And this was my next do not touch. I got New Mexico, who again is supposed to be like Nevada bad, at a Michigan team that I think is not number 14 in the country. They're getting 34.5. I don't know where to go with this. Obviously, Michigan's going to win, but I don't know if they cover 34.5.
There's just too much talent on that Michigan roster. It's Michigan.
Yeah. I don't feel good about it.
Okay, I don't feel good about this one. I don't feel good about this one either because Steve Sarkisian's not there anymore. But Missouri State at USC. USC 35.5 point favorites. I got USC to cover 35.5.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
Utah. We know my thoughts about Utah. Overranked, not ranked, but overrated. Utah getting 5.5 at UCLA. They roll UCLA. Give me Utah minus 5.5.
Not so fast, my friend. I'm thinking UCLA money line.
I did the exact same thing. I flipped on my prediction from last week even. I now apparently have UCLA winning because I can talk a big game last week when there's nothing on the line. But if I'm talking $10-15, I'll take UCLA at home.
Does this swing your opinion at all? I think that stadium looks like it did when IU played there.
Correct. I agree. And I also have a saying that you don't bet against Kyle Whittingham either. But
break all rules.
True.
I know.
Break all rules.
Kyle Whittingham and the guy we just learned about. What's his name? Bryce Duke.
Yeah.
Bryce Duke toting the rock. All right, last one. And I was nervous about this one. Colorado State, not good. At my Huskies, getting 22.5. I got Washington on the money line. I don't know if they can cover a smidge over 3 touchdowns. But
I am going to be super inebriated and probably watching every single second of this game. You will definitely be asleep. I won't because I'm a night owl. And I'll be watching this on my deck, probably on my second cigar. Having a hard time lighting it. Give me the Huskies and Jed Fish late. I think they pull away. I think this game's super close, and then they stretch it out to like a 23-24 point win.
Yeah. Colorado State on the schedule for IU next year, I think. Or is it next year or 2 years? One of the two. Seth?
Give me Colorado State.
For no reason. You don't have any reason.
No reason.
Oh, that was loud in everybody's ear when they heard this. But I got to look up Colorado State's wins over under and see what they got because I don't think they're very good.
Go to a promo when you do that.
While we do that, let's go to a promo while I'm doing this. This episode is brought to you by your go-to expert in the Indiana real estate market. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a home right here in the heart of the Hoosier country, Garrett Lawton with True Blood Real Estate is the agent that you need. He's not just a real estate agent, he's a Hoosier fan just like you. And Garrett knows Indiana inside and out, from Bloomington to Indianapolis and everywhere in between. Plus, his personalized service makes the buying and selling process smooth and stress-free. So if you're ready to make a move, give Garrett a call at 317-410-8851 or visit his website at lawton-realty.com. We're back. I was wrong. If I told you they had the same win total as Houston, TCU, Oregon State, and South Florida, you would say that's a pretty decent team, right?
No, bad.
Oh, Colorado 6.5.
Ooh,
plus
way
money.
better than I thought.
It's plus money for the over, but 6.5.
No, they're not.
So yeah, I maybe Seth's. I mean, I went money line. I don't think Washington covers, but I did go money line. I think pulling Colorado State to cover there, though, is the move. We got randos and sack, and then we've got actual IU game predictions. Let's do it.
So, Sig.
We're almost at an hour, by the way.
I know. Sig talked about the Sun Belt. If you could choose to play at a Sun Belt team in football, what Sun Belt team are you taking?
Coastal. Give me a cock themed mascot any day of the week.
What? Holy cow!
So
I like the colors though, for real.
I do like the colors too. I want to see like exactly where they are in relative to
Coastal Carolina, like
it's Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, they're Myrtle Beach, just outside of Myrtle Beach.
Gross.
Give me man, ODU is tough to turn to. I don't know all the teams off the top of my head. Definitely not Troy.
No.
Definitely not Arkansas State,
not
or any of the Louisiana
Texas
schools.
State.
Not JMU. Not
It's
Texas
Marshall or
State.
App State. It's Marshall or App State.
No, I'm going
App
to
State
go
is awesome.
ODU. I'm going ODU.
Boone,
I'm going App State.
Boone, North Carolina is fantastic.
Oh, I was going to say the ODU though, the color scheme and on the coast, not bad. Well, it's kind of like Coastal Carolina, except not Myrtle Beach.
Okay, let's stick with the conference theme, the group of 5. If you could choose to play in any conference, would you choose the American, the MAC, the Sun Belt? What conference are you choosing?
What isn't the Mountain West the other one?
Mountain West is technically a group of 5.
Yeah, that's my answer. They have the best cities for conferences between
Yeah, Vegas. Good one. Pal.
I was more meaning
New
Boise.
Mexico. Yeah, good one. San Jose State.
You guys are forgetting the best one.
Hawaii.
Wait, no. Hopefully they're still there. San Diego State.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I guess I'd have to go Mountain West. I was gonna be funny and do MAC, but
no, those cities stink.
No, the cities are terrible. But man, that'd be a lot of fun to play MAC football.
Athens, Ohio was nice.
I'm thinking Sunbelt. I'm thinking Sunbelt.
Kalamazoo's
Oxford,
okay.
Ohio.
Sunbelt's a good call. What's FIU and FAU in? Are they Sunbelt?
The American.
FIU, Conference USA now, I thought.
CUSA.
They are.
I'd go either one of those two schools.
What, FAU is in Boca
That's
Raton and
Boynton,
FIU is in
Miami.
Fort Lauderdale.
Americans got some good ones, though. They got Tulane. They have East Carolina.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to live in Tulane or East Carolina.
The Pirates.
East Carolina, maybe. But I would go with Boca. Boca, FAU. A lot of money, a lot of old people though.
Real quick on Old Dominion. What do you think the acceptance rate is for college applicants to ODU?
Private religious?
Are they religious?
Usually.
35%.
You're not even close. They let in freaking everybody.
I was gonna say 71, but
95%.
Whoa.
They let in everyone. Do you want to know who you want to know what the Wall Street Journal has them as? Domestic. This is colleges within the United States. They are between
outside the United States.
Oh my god.
Can I respond to that?
I'm joking.
They don't even give them a number. They are ranked between 560 and 600.
Jesus.
When you look up
this
famous
is Ball State.
When you look up way worse. When you look up famous alumni, they actually do have some pretty good athletes in famous alumni.
Yeah.
You can't Maya Angelou, which is a pretty awesome one, but like that's it. Like there isn't like, oh, the head of this company or this senator, or like there's no one. There's no one outside athletics that has ever done anything at ODU. And ODU doesn't scream party university either. So I know you chose to go there because you like the location and the colors, but who boy does it not sound like a good time?
No, it doesn't now.
By the way, it is a public research university, not a private religious university. So maybe a little more fun than we expected.
Maybe. Ball State's a lot of fun though. They're not on the coast and they don't have cool colors or uniforms. So
that's all I got.
Ball State's a side piece at best.
Yeah, but it's a fun side piece.
They'll get you in trouble. Like you don't want to mess around with.
But you'll have a hell of a drunk hot dog at 3 o'clock.
You're gonna want to get back to West Lafayette or Bloomington pretty quickly that Sunday morning.
Definitely not West Lafayette.
Well, hey, come on, it's better than Ball State. As somebody who went to both schools. All right, Seth Sack, here we go. I just had one thing. You mentioned this up top. I really dislike their nickname. I didn't know if they're again. I thought it was butterflies. Obviously, the crown gives it away that it's a monarch. You know, like the monarchy.
Yes.
And depending on your part of the world, that perception may change on whether or not being a monarch is a good thing or a bad thing, whether or not it's like honoring monarchs or a monarch is supposed to be a terrifying mascot. Like, I don't get it. I'm just so confused by the concept of monarch. as a school mascot. So are there any other mascot names you dislike or just don't understand?
Boilermaker.
All right, I'm hanging up.
I mean, there's so many of them, dude. So, Old Dominion is called the Monarch. Now, granted, this is from Google AI, so take this with a massive grain of salt. Is called the Monarchs because it honors the historical roots of the College of William and Mary in the state of Virginia's own nickname, the Old Dominion. I don't think that's.
But is that a good thing, or is it
like it comes from King Charles II of England, who named the Virginia colony as his loyal Old Dominion. There you go. So no, I just think is Hoosiers scary?
No, bison, baby.
Yeah, the bison, baby. That's right. He's back. I get to see him. I get to see the bison. Well, I get to see the bison on Saturday. Can't wait. I cannot wait. Is it prediction time, or do we want to answer his question? There's so many that I hate, dude. There's so many that I hate. That's
the train. It's a freaking train.
I mean, there's so many you could pick apart. Like, how many Wildcats are outside of Chicago? Like, none.
Is that a panther? Is that? We've been podcasting for like 70 minutes.
It's way too long. Seth, what is your prediction for the game?
I put money. What was it, like 5 or 6 weeks ago? Whenever we did, no, more than that. Whenever we did the Old Dominion breakdown, I again talked a big game, and I ended up putting money on IU to cover handily. So as that number crept down a little bit this week, I got a little bit nervous. I think they want to make a big first impression, keep any doubters quiet for another week. I think they win very handily. I put it at 45-10. I think we're in the car, early in the fourth quarter.
Are we riding together?
No, like we as in my son that I haven't referenced at any point in this conversation, but was alluding to.
No, he's talking about the general we, the populace. I think ODU gets that right before second half touchdown, and Sig is so mad. I think he's just literally we're going to see that look of his eyes.
Be good.
Is not going to be good. But good thing that's all they're going to do, because they won't sniff the end zone again. So I have IU. Again, I think it's a pretty vanilla and a quick game. I have this as 37-7, which is obviously a cover.
Seth and I were close. I got 42-10. But I think the 7 comes late. If they score right before half, oh God. I mean,
he may have him doing bleacher runs at halftime.
Yeah, it's not going to be good. It'll be so bad. And his interview on TV will be amazing. I can't wait to watch it. But
he'll do his eyes closed and like
his hands backwards. His hands backwards behind his back. Yeah, he's gonna be so like he's been working somewhere for 12 hours in hot sun. Like he's gonna be so mad, dude. All right. Well, that's it for this.
I almost can't wait for the it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be so good. If you guys haven't seen the towels are amazing for Saturday.
Awesome.
So get there, be loud, get there early, get your towels. Come by in the tailgate lot 2. Say hi to me and Seth if you want. Other than that, that's it. That was a much longer than the 24-minute pod, I think, that Brandon called out earlier today. It was not my intention to go anywhere near an hour, let alone over an hour. But because we did, you guys should follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Happy Hour IUFB. Make sure you download, rate, review, and follow on all of our platforms. And we're going to start the season with a big dub, and we'll recap it on Sunday. Until then, cheers.
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 Go Ball State.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.